welcome to Humber South for the AFL Ontario Women's Grand Final between the Etobicoke Kangaroos and the Hamilton Wildcats here on Rogers TV. With me in the commentary box is Nick Papadakis and Josh McLean. How are you doing today, J-Mac? You excited for the grand final?
Absolutely pumped to the max. The girls every year, they put on a great show, and this is one of the fantastic things about footy here in Toronto, Paps, is it's not just for the men, for the ladies as well.
Absolutely. These two teams are right at each other. Very tough contest. We're going to have a really quick break. We're going to come back with the opening bounce for what should be a ripping game of women's footy here at Humber South. Underway with the opening quarter here. It looks like the Roos have gone forward first. Ball in hands with Vicky Barron right now. She's going to give it off to the birthday girl, Chrissy Lane, number 19 out there. Hopefully she has a good day. Happy birthday, Chrissy. She's going to go back and have maybe a shot at goal. I don't know about her range, but she might get a little closer here. She's going to roost it by the looks of things to the top of the square. Goes up, looking for a fly. Trevian's down there, Barron's down there, but it's collected well by Hamilton, and they'll clear it out. Only to be chopped off by one of the Amaral sisters, that's Maddie. Now, Maddie Amaral looking closer down the ground. Got a lot of targets down there. No Sylvie de Brandebeer out there today. I don't see her just yet. She's a big out for the Roos. Big fly. Oh, geez, Loghane, the MVP for the year, or best and fairest winner for the girls, almost gets it, but minor score for the Roos early. She
is definitely a player we need to look out for today. Erin Loughnane, she's been a standout in this competition, certainly this season, but every season she has a great year. Her husband plays for the Eagles, who are actually in the grand final today as well in Division 1. But great to see Erin get an early touch as the Hamilton Wildcats bring it out of their defensive area. And the mark has been taken by Jocelyn Halliday. Halliday bangs it long on the right foot. She needs some players to kick to, but it looks as though it's all Roos. Although coming through with power and speed, that was Van Sevenant. She got a quick kick forward. And this is a chance possibly for a goal for the Wildcats early on, although it looks as though they can clear the Kangaroos here. But it may come straight back, Paps.
Absolutely. Longhane's pretty uncharacteristic of her to give away a turnover like that. And they're away here. They're going inside 50, Hamilton, but they've turned it over again. So sloppy play from both teams early. Only the minor score to the Roos. They'll clear it out here. It's collected again. Oh, just ran over it there was Kamoli. Kamoli dropped it down, and they'll collect it again. Here she comes, Kamoli, the old normal defender. Gets it inside 50. It drops down to the back. And it's collected nicely by the number 11. That's Erin Loghane again. Uppire's blown his whistle. And it might be a free kick here to Hamilton early on, and Jodie Fluitt is going to get the shot on goal.
Yeah, the umpire gave it a throw there. I didn't quite see the incorrect disposal's line. Need to aim for this right goal post.
And she's kicked it first blood to the Wildcats here in the ladies' grand final. What a great start for the girls in black and yellow.
As I mentioned, this Hamilton team is very, very physical. They are a good team, and they're probably the biggest threat to knock the Roos off. The Roos were undefeated all year, but as I mentioned before, Sylvie de Brandebeer, absolute champion of the club, is out, and that is a big out for today. It's a huge hole in this team.
One thing the Wildcats have got a massive advantage in this game is Joanna Rutkowski will play in the ruck. She's got a real height advantage. She's about the tallest female footy player I've seen in Toronto.
And that's the loss of de Brandebeer right there. Normally she'd be in the ruckman, has a lot of awareness around the ball, very fit athlete, but unfortunately an ankle injury to her helped that out. Let's take another quick look here as we get the play sorted here. No one actually went to get the ball after the goal was kicked, but Kamoli was the one who kicked the goal for the Wildcats there, and they get off to the, sorry, not Kamoli, my apologies, Jodie Fluitt, and they're away early on, 6 plays, 1.
Need to, as we were saying before in the earlier Div 2 game, as the ball just rocketed it into the umpire and nearly takes his head off. But you need to be able to convert early, and that's what they did. Keep straight.
So Rutkowski in the ruck. You would expect that she'll get the taps all day. She does get the tap. She's looking for one of her midfielders. In fact, she went back and got her own footy. She found Jocelyn Halliday. Halliday lost the footy. The Roos player was picked it up straight away, and they lost the footy, holding the ball. And the Wildcats have started this game in fantastic fashion. They're tackling. They're getting hold of the ball. More importantly, they're winning the hard footies.
That's how they're going to win the game today, Jamie. Their physicality is a big crowd here that's going to ramp up the crowd.
This is Van Sevenant out the back. She goes for a run. She dodges a tackle. She needs to bounce. She nearly ran too far. She did run too far. She forgot to bounce, Drummy.
Oh, she did the Mick McGuan there running down the wing. She actually rammed it straight through the middle of the goals as well. So that would have been a great way to get momentum at the start of the game. Unfortunately, you need to bounce the ball every 10 to 15 metres when you're running with the ball.
So free kick will go the way of the Roos, and they really need to get the ball going back their way. They've only had the one inside 50 so far, and it was that early shot at goal, the first shot at goal of the day. They haven't had it back there since. It's been all the Wildcats. So we just wait again to get the ball back. Perhaps we need to get someone down there to pass the ball back.
I was going to say they are taking their sweet time to get that ball back into play here. It shouldn't take that long, but the clock is ticking away here as Amaral now has the ball for that's Selena Amaral, the other sister. She's going to go down the line. So can the Roos rebound here after a hot start from Hamilton? Ball's gone down. Umpire has called a free kick, and it'll go the way of the Roos. Here they go. Right foot boot, back down that far side line. I tell you what, they don't pay much attention to the commentary side. Can't be taken by Rankin. She's a jet from back home in Australia from the football background, footy netball background. It's gone out of bounds there. It'll be a boundary, either throw-in or it'll be a ball up, I believe, in the Women's League. Or a free kick for something I don't know.
Taken too high. Just tackled over the shoulder there.
All right, Van Sevenen, she has been prominent early. She flies for that one, can't take it down. Loughnane waiting at the back, goes around on her left foot. She's great on both the right and the left. Mark couldn't be taken there. Backing back, that was Dewhurst. And all the players now milling around the footy. It's a bit of a wrestle, a battle. Who wants it? The umpire wants it, and he'll ball it up.
I tell you what, Hayley Trevine does not like the attention she just got there from that Hamilton player. I think that might have been Kamoli again. You saw the elbow flick back. She's not happy with that. And a free kick for blocking, I believe, has been paid here. I think that might be Nikki Barron, the Irish wonder. She's pretty good with the boot. She's a Gaelic player and a very talented athlete as well. As the ball goes inside 50 for the Roos. Here's an opportunity. Loughnane came through, couldn't get it. Trevine gets tackled, and it's gone back down. Loughnane again. She's going to get plenty of it today. Loughnane goes up high. Barron's underneath it. No mark taken. It's fallen to ground, and Hamilton will mop up nicely, or will they? Under pressure. And a high tackle paid there. Umpire Brian's paid it, and Drummy's seen something.
Yeah, great shepherd by Alice Dewhurst. In the grand final like this, you allowed Aaron Loughnane with a bit of skill, a bit of more space to kick the ball inside 50, and it's the 1%ers who are going to win you the game today as well.
So Emily Spicer will take the free kick. She has Rutkowski leading. She goes in that direction, and why not? Although it's been pickpocketed. What a good mark that was coming across in front. Plays along straight away. Should have gone back and kicked the goal, perhaps.
She rushed that. Nicola Kerwayne took the great interceptive mark, a bit like an American footballer there, just came across and took it. I think she kind of got a bit excited, eyes lit up in front of goal and wanted the snap, but had plenty of time there. So just a minor score to the Roos, and we're away in this first quarter.
So take two for Emily Spicer. She can now kick in once again. Rutkowski is often the target, but in fact, she will go out to the far side. She needs to touch it. If it goes out without touching it, it'll be a throw. In fact, it'll be a free kick, but Kiefer did touch it. Looks as though the umpire has pulled out a free kick. It will go the way of the Roos. They pop it up to the top of the square. They're looking for a flyer. A big flyer coming through was Victoria Barron. Barron couldn't bring down the mark. And now the ball again in contested possession. Umpire says, I'll have it. But it's hot footy at the moment, Drummy.
Yeah, Wildcats are having trouble getting out of their defensive 50. It's been down there for a while.
Wildcats with possession. They can clear. It's a bit of a high up and under. Who wants it? There's a couple of players standing underneath it. It's the number 22. I believe that's Patowski. Quick kick down the line. And here is the number 30. A great opportunity for Michelle Greenberg. Greenberg goes out wide. Chasing after it, Lisa Kiefer.
Oh,
Kiefer,
big
she was
hit.
met heavily. She was really met heavily. And that's one thing we love about the women's footy, perhaps, is they hit each other pretty hard.
I'm going to say it, and I'll say it again. If the Etobicoke Roos are going to win this game, they have to fully account for the physicality that is the Hamilton Wildcats. They've had a couple of close encounters this year. I know they were undefeated, but they are certainly not unbeatable, and they've shown their physicality already, the Wildcats, as the Roos again steam forward. If they can get through this one alive, they need to kick some goals. It's Barron with a bit of pace. She let it go. Umpire says play on. She dropped it there. It should have been a free kick to Hamilton as the ball looks to be kicked out of bounds. No, it's going to stay in. Hamilton have got numbers around the ball, chasing back through with a blue Shinto haircut there. Barron couldn't quite catch up. It's going to get chopped off, though, by Amaral. And Amaral, a wheel around on her right, goes to number 11, Loughnane. Loughane's probably 10th touch of the game. It's long, minor score, I believe. It's gone through for a behind. So peppering the goals, but no big ones yet.
Good defensive pressure by the Roos as well. Their small forwards in Lee are just keeping the ball in. That's very important. And the Wildcats, as physical as they are, they don't like being tackled either.
Spicer with a quick kick. Unfortunately, she's kicked it straight to the opposition. This will be a flying shot at goal. It will go back to Spicer. And once again, she stands in between the goals and a Kangaroos lead. Spicer, she kicks out to the near side wing, and the mark has been taken. That was a nice mark by Sam Pepper. Pepper goes on quickly, bangs it down the line. There are Kangaroos players waiting across half-back. They quickly soccer it forward. Pepper can go again here. She collects. She backs herself. She goes on the right foot to the middle of the ground. A good, strong mark taken. She wanted to play on straight away. Halliday She did play on straight away. The umpire's pinned her.
I'll pay that there. Look, she did run right across the mark. She took the mark and she just kept running. Ball was knocked out of her hands, and rightfully, I think that should have been a free kick. As the rules, Drummy does not agree with me at all. He doesn't want it. But this is a grand final, Drummy. They've had plenty of time to learn the rules, as the ball has been picked up nicely by the number 33 there, Liz Croc. Croc gets it at the back. It's picked up by Van Sevenant. Van Sevenant gives a wobbly bounce. She collects her own bounce, though. No one's caught up with her. Has a shot. Sprayed it. I don't know if she's even going to get a point for that, or did that hit that post?
At 1 point.
That would have been a great goal. That was almost like Brent Maloney from the Demons many years back.
That was nearly the 2XU goal of the day. She's a really exciting player running. That's the second time she's taken on, as we see here. She's not afraid to take a bounce and run away. She's got extreme pace. And Barron's not slow. So that's as the Wildcats are going to go inside 50 here.
So this brilliant Wildcats attack continues. Petkowski goes long, and it was well taken at the back. I haven't got number 4. Perhaps who's number 4 for the Kangaroos?
I do not have a number 4. We will find out very soon. So ball is marked very nicely down there by the number 8. That's Maddie Amaral. Amaral with the tape on the ear just to cover up the old piercing. Ball goes into the middle here, and look at that wall there set up by Hamilton. That's a thick bunch of ladies down there. Ball is back inside. It's going towards the Hamilton goal. It's collected up very nicely by Scott, I should say. I've actually written 34 Scott here, so Scott gets it. And ball's going down. Plenty of players back there. Good mark taken by Lognane. She's got plenty of room. Goes to the boundary lines. Is it going to stay in? No. Out of bounds on the full. That's pretty uncharacteristic. She's been a bit sloppy today, Lognane.
I think probably a bit. Erin wasn't really. There was a great pressure by Van Severin again. She's been fantastic up forward. When she's got the ball, she's running with it. When she doesn't, she's putting on pressure. As the Wildcats, they have got the win in this quarter. So if you're a Rouge supporter, don't be too concerned that they're usually on top, because the Wildcats do have the win behind them.
With Van Severin down forward, she's looking electric. I wonder if they might inject her to the midfield at some stage. She's getting a lot of the footy. Anyway, again, the Roos go back in the same direction. They've kicked it out on the full twice. They need to watch these 1%ers, the Roos.
I'll tell you what, so Roo's coach, Greg Roo Everett, drills this team pretty hard. He would be pulling out what is left of his hair back over there. He would be absolutely filthy on these out in the falls. So hopefully he can rein them in at quarter time and just get those little creases ironed out for their sake. But full credit to Hamilton. They're playing pretty well, but here comes Kerwin, the Irish wonder, out of the middle. Goes down the middle of the ground. She's got Baran playing very closely on Pepper. Pepper gets the win there with a lucky bounce. Tackled by Barron. That should be dropping the ball, nothing doing, and the ball will go back to Hamilton through Croc. Croc down the line. She's got Fluid there, only goal kicker for the game so far. Fluid on ball, high one, should be marked. It is done, and Amaral's got it back there, and they'll settle down, and they'll go back up the middle of the ground. Amaral, right boot, down that line again. Big mark taken, and it's off again. Goes sister to sister. Back into the forward 50. Trevine on a one-on-one. Here comes Kerwin. Great defence by Hamilton. Have just held up, and they have got a paddock to work with. Good bounce. She's off. It's Erica Scott. Down the guts. Wobbly, wobbly tube towards Van Savant. Won't get it there. I've talked for a million years, and I'm going to pass it over to J-Mac as soon as she gets rid of it here. That was Greensberg, and they're away.
Rutkowski. She can run into an open goal. Rutkowski. The ruck. Can she pop it over the top? She does, and the mark is taken in the goal square. And it's Jodie Fluid once again. And I wonder if she'll put through her second goal.
Tell you what, that wind is doing wonders for those kicks. They're getting a bit under him, and the tube is happening. She's kicked it. And Hamilton are putting the foot down a little bit in this one, although it's only a 2-and-a-bit goal lead. It is getting a little bit, I wouldn't say panic buttons, but the Roos need to switch on a bit.
Now, Wildcats, I think they have a 2 or 3 goal breeze this quarter, but Jesus, it's exciting footy, J-Mac. I know in the AFL back home it's a bit boring, but if you want to watch a great game of footy, this is it. Great running, great skills, great physicality by both teams. It's just that the Wildcats are making a little bit more of their opportunities up forward. The Roos have been up in the forward half a lot of the time, but as you can see here, the run by their ruckman over the back, and as you said, Pappy, that wind just pushed it over the top of McNabb, and then the top Wildcats easy goal right in front of the goal.
All right, so back in the middle, Rutkowski, she gets the tap down, but it's the Roos with a player coming through. In fact, in the end, it's been given against the Roos. That's a really big call from the umpire. She needs to come back off the mark here, otherwise it'll be 50. So a quick kick downfield. Van Sevenant has taken the mark. Van Sevenant needs to wheel around quickly before the Roos players get back. She does just that. She pops it up to the hot spot. Who's flying? What a great mark that was, backing back with courage by the Roos player. It looked like Loughnane. It was. And that's what she's known for. She's at both ends of the ground at the moment, Drummy.
That's your lead MVP right there, J-Mac, and that's why. That was just courageous and skillful as well.
Very
Great
nicely
work,
done.
yeah. Amaral now trying to clear it out. I tell you what, the Roos are just bombing it away at the moment. I think a throw has been called here. Or
Ball,
maybe a
it
ball
looks
up.
like a ball up.
Yep, so it'll go back to umpire Canoe here as we'll ball it up. So dying seconds of this first quarter, mostly Hamilton with the scoring. It's 13-3, so they've got a 10-point lead in this quarter. Tapped down by that superior height in the ruckman there. Again, missing Sylvie de Brandebeer, one of the best players on this team, so that's a big out. A big chance for Hamilton to steal this one today. Snapped on the left. A few seconds left in this quarter. Grinsberg goes in and good defence down there. I tell you what, the Amaral sisters have been fantastic so far. Plenty of the ball. And you can see there that Breeze just holds that ball up in the air for a while. Kerwain's got it. It should end any second now this quarter as with time on here. And ball's marked by, that's I think that's Janess, is it? Or it might be Chrissy Lay. Chrissy Lay with a mark. Good overhead. Time could be going at any second now. Big bombing kick going down. Mark needs to be taken Trevine. And the Duck takes one right in front. And she, my oath, has the power to put the Roos back in touch with this kick.
It's going to be right after the sign. I think the reason this quarter's gone on for a little bit longer is that Sammy Casella usually fetches the ball down in that pocket, but we had to wait a while for the ball to pick up. But this is Amaral's just great at half-back. Beautiful. Chrissy Lee held the ball up as she lines up for goal.
So what you're saying, Drummy, is Sammy Casella's let us down? Oh,
yeah, he's sorry, Pabby. I was just watching whether that went through, but yeah, we needed someone to get the ball there. But Chrissy Lee again, when she had the ball at half forward, she didn't try to just rush it. She held up, waited for Terene, and a strong contested mark right in front of goal.
So Emily Spicer will do the kicking in once again. And that is the siren. So the end of the first quarter, it was a thoroughly entertaining one. And the final score at the first quarter, perhaps maybe a little unexpected, a lead to the Wildcats.
Absolutely. 0-4-4 plays 2-1-13. So just that 9-point lead. I tell you what, even though the Cats are ahead, the Roos had one more scoring shot. So not bad signs for the Roos. They're in the game in that aspect. But the Wildcats, very good job to them. They just converted on everything and took some good plays. Geez, they've been physical too.